Hey everybody, Joe Bianchino here, back with A.Dubs, as he is known on the street, Andrew Williams for the proper crowd out there. Back with a playoff and Super Bowl preview. Did the AFC and NFC previews the last couple of days. Let's run through them real quick. Just to summarize, in the AFC, I got the Broncos as my first overall seed in those playoffs. Patriots second, Colts third, Bengals fourth, and I got the Chargers fifth with the Ravens sneaking in at sixth. Those are my two wild cards.
Mine is the exact same thing, almost, other than one I have instead of the Ravens as that sixth seed. I have the Steelers there, but same thing, Denver, Pats, Colts, Cincinnati, Chargers, leading out the AFC.
In the NFC, I got Saints 1. I think they're going to get the overall seed. Love their defense this year. Second seed, Seahawks. Third seed, Bears winning the NFC North. The Eagles with the 4 seed winning the NFC East, and the 49ers and the Packers 5 and 6 sneaking in as wild cards.
Yeah, this is where we alter or differ the most here. I have Seattle as my number 1 seed. I think still they're the best team out there in the NFL. I have Philly as my 2 seed because I think they have the easiest division in the NFC, which is harder than we've seen it ever maybe. New Orleans as my 3 seed, the Bears as my 4 seed, and as my wild card, San Francisco, and I have Detroit instead of the Packers.
God, those Lions, man.
The Lions, I'm telling you, like I said, there's always a team in the NFL every year. I don't know if I should trust them, but I like the offense they have. Their defense is still the best front line.
All right, so for the AFC Championship game, for me, looking at the brackets here, I love the Broncos. All right, I love what they did picking up. Talib and Ware, improving that defense. Yeah, they lose Decker, but they get Sanders. They're going to get Wes Welker back.
We'll see when.
4-game suspension to open the season, plus he's had concussion issues, but I think he'll be back in time for them to really kick in earnest and make a run deep into the playoffs. Obviously, he's going to come back week 6. They'll have time to acclimate him before the playoff run. And either way, even without him, I think that offense is going to be fine. So I love the Broncos. I've got them advancing to the AFC Championship game, and as the 1 seed, obviously hosting it. And underneath them, I got the Colts. I love Andrew Luck, and I love that they added Hakeem Nicks. I think that's an underrated signing. It's going to be huge for that team this year. They're going to have to survive their defense a little bit, and they're going to have to survive their run game a little bit. I'm not confident that Trent Richardson's going to bounce back the way I thought. I thought when he went to Indianapolis, he was going to be big, and he wasn't. But I think Andrew Luck is good enough to overcome all of that with the weapons he's got. I think they are going to get to the AFC.
Absolutely, Andrew Luck is big time, and that's why I have the Denver winning it. I have Denver there playing the Colts also, because Andrew Luck's. Like you said, Andrew Luck is big time.
Right.
He has the players. As you keep saying, you love the Hakeem Nicks move. Reggie Wayne is back to full health. Being the veteran he is, you have T.Y. Hilton. Trent Richardson does scare me, but I think with Andrew Luck progressing, Richardson, it'll be easier for him to run more. He'll get more holes open and things like that. So I have also Denver and the Colts right there.
The other 2 teams of note there, the Bengals and the Patriots. They got to prove to me some things before I can buy in there. The Bengals have all the talent in the world, maybe the most talented team in the league, with Burfict on that defense, and then A.J. Green, Giovanni Bernard, Gresham at tight. That core is terrific, but they got to prove to me that they can actually win when it matters, because they haven't yet.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. Andy Dalton hasn't won a playoff game yet, and that's the biggest thing to me. If he could win, if I knew he would win a playoff game, I might have them in the AFC Championship because they are that talented of a team.
Right. And the Patriots, they got to prove to me that the guys can stay healthy. Obviously, you know what Brady's capable of. You know what Belichick's capable of. But who do they have around them? That defense is going to be fine with Revis and with Wilfork back. Defense is going to be great. Are they going to be able to score points? You say yes because it's Brady. Yeah. You get Gronkowski back. But Gronkowski's got a knee, he's got an elbow, he's got a back. He's got to prove to me.
He can't stay healthy. He had to prove he can stay healthy. It's the biggest thing.
Exactly. And maybe their best wide receiver, because just stop it with Julian Edelman. All right, he's 4 foot nothing. He's 100 and nothing. I'm not believing that he can be a real legitimate threat. Their best wide receiver is Danny Amendola, and he's got to prove to me he can stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy. That's the thing. Their offense, Patriots don't have enough on offense for me to have faith in them. They have enough to get through the division. But I don't trust that offense in the playoffs. Not with these teams. They're too stacked.
All right, so it's Broncos and it's Colts for the both of us, and I have the Broncos winning it and getting to the second straight Super Bowl.
Agreed.
Agreed. In the NFC, For me, NFC Championship game, I got the Saints, who I have winning the 1 seed. So they get to play their games in the Superdome. They'll cruise through it. And like I said at the top, I love that defense. I don't love the defense. I like the defense.
Yes.
And I think that defense is better than anything Drew Brees has had his entire Saints tenure. I think they were 4th in scoring defense last year. I think they could be better than that with Jarius Byrd added to that secondary. Jimmy Graham back healthy. You add Brandon Cooks.
Yeah,
I think they're going to roll through a little bit through that Superdome path. They get there, and I got the 49ers underneath them. I love the 49ers. I think they are as balanced a team as there is in the NFL. They play very good defense. They got great weapons on offense. Colin Kaepernick with that speed and his ability to throw the ball. Stevie Johnson, Michael Crabtree. I don't know why I led with Stevie Johnson. Michael Crabtree, Stevie Johnson, Vernon Davis, Anquan Bolden, Frank Gore. I love their balance. They've got some headaches. They got some problems. Alden Smith suspended for the first 9 games, but that's the first 9 games. You still got weeks 10 through 17.
Absolutely.
They'll be back. They'll get on a roll. They won't win their division, but they'll get on a roll come playoff time. They'll be a force, and they'll get to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, my NFC Championship game I have right now, because remember, I had New Orleans as my 3.
Right.
So I have Seattle and New Orleans in the championship game. And then from there, I think nobody beats Seattle at home. It just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans is a dome team. We've seen what happened. They lost to them a couple years ago when Seattle was a 6th seed up there.
Yeah.
I just don't think, coming out of the dome, we saw that last year. They weren't good away. So I have Seattle once again getting the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can't fight you on that.
Yeah,
I really can't, because Seattle, I think I'm being a gambler a little bit and taking they're not going to repeat. That's my approach here, because you look at that. I mean, what did they lost Golden Tate.
No,
I mean, they lost Golden Tate. I mean,
Golden Tate,
he's
that's
fine,
exactly.
but they're gonna be fine. I mean,
There'll be more.
nobody's saying, "Oh man, now
Golden
we're
Tate,
screwed
exactly.
because we lost Golden Tate."
Yeah. Only thing that scares me a little bit is the Marshawn Lynch thing. Having backs that had more than 250 carries in 3 years in a row normally have a bad year or a downfall year. And the other thing that worries me is having the exact same Super Bowl. I feel like we're playing with chalk right now a little bit.
We are.
But it's hard. I mean, Seattle, nothing has proven to me that they're not the best team home. They're going to get the number 1 seed. And with San Francisco's suspensions and injuries, I can't. That's a team I don't trust right now.
I gotta be honest. Looking at my bracket, the only reason maybe that I didn't take San Francisco or that I didn't take Seattle is because I had San Francisco playing them.
Okay.
And I think if anybody's going to beat them, San Francisco's going to do it. They almost did it last year in the NFC Championship game. I think they can get over the top this year. I have them playing the Saints, and I have the Niners moving on for a Broncos-Niners Super Bowl. And look, Peyton Manning, that offense, and that defense, improved as it is, if the Niners are the most well-rounded team in the league, the Broncos are second. And I think the Broncos are going to get it done.
I have Seattle repeating. I know, a team had repeated in a long time. I'm working with chalk right now.
Chalk.
Denver,
not that, by the way, I'm going with long shots here.
Yeah. Denver is going to get into that game, and they are going to remember what happened last year. And that first hit of the game will be the exact same. And Seattle will come through with it.
I don't see it. I think even if they were to play again, I would pick the Broncos because I think they would remember what it was and they'd be ready to. I don't know if Denver was ready to play that Super Bowl last year. As much as Seattle was a wrecking ball force, I think Denver didn't come to play in that game.
They were scared immediately off the jump, and unless they can come back with more of a bite, there's no way. No way in hell.
See, I don't know if they were scared as much as they just did. They were not ready to play in that game. They did a poor job preparing. They weren't ready. They came out flat. Seattle took advantage of it, and credit to them. And even if they were scared, they'll have that bite second time around remembering it. So I have the Denver Broncos over the San Francisco 49ers. Peyton Manning gets his second Super Bowl.
I have a repeat of last year's Super Bowl. Same example, same outcome. Seattle beats Denver in the Super Bowl this year in Arizona.
Comment below or hit us up on Twitter at Joe_1045 with your predictions or to tell us why you're crazy, or hit up A.Dubs on Twitter.
At AW_1045FC.
Yeah.
Football club,
maybe we'll write it down for you. And at 1045 the team on Twitter. Your Super Bowl previews, everybody. It's football season.